Hello, 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 ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the GG.Bet Hamburg Invitational. We've got 8 of the best Europe and CIS squads going head-to-head for a spot at the ESL Hamburg LAN coming up in late October. We've got Game 1 going the way of Gambit, Game 2 about to come up. Lizard, what do you want to change?
What do I want to change? Abaddon or Bristol.
You've already said that. Give
One
me
of those
new.
two
something
guys
new.
have
Something
to,
new.
One of those
repeat.
two guys has to go, and that's it. What else do you want to change, man? What else? Gyro is good. I don't want to change Gyro. Gyro can stay. I love that guy. Perhaps bring back the Dragon Knight, something like that. Bring back something like pick heroes that actually have spells to work with. Don't pick
stuns. I think that's what you're asking
pick
for.
Stuns. Don't pick these stinkers, heroes that just walk around the lane and stink. They don't do really anything.
I thought you said tinker. You said stinkers.
Stinkers. What is a Bristleback? Bristleback plus a Abaddon. What do they do together? They just walk around the map and they fart and they stink. They don't do.
True. I like to call them waddlers.
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 They waddle around.
You know how like toddlers walk?
Yeah,
they can't walk very
waddle.
good. They just kind of
waddle.
Yeah.
And he waddled away.
And they fall over.
Waddle.
And you're like, oh, look at that. Yeah, but it's cute when a kid does it. It's not so cute when it's your Dota hero, especially one that you've entrusted to try and win the game for your side. And so far, FlyToMoon, they didn't. They took a page out of your book. They go for the Night Stalker. They keep the Gyro.
Yeah, I like this. Gyro and the Night Stalker, very active heroes if you itemize them the right way and if you have a decent laning stage. At the same time, Gambit, they stick with the Mirana. They got the Crystal Maiden 2 for FNG, so same 2 supports on the side of Gambit. Why not? It worked the first time. It might work the second time as well. Now on FlyToMoon, I wonder if they will pick up that Disruptor again or something similar versus the Mirana. Mirana plus Beastmaster though, this lane can punish Gyro quite hard. I mean, it can be Crystal Maiden plus Beast. That was a fun lane when Crystal Maiden was top picked on that position. 4 Crystal Maiden plus Beast were picked quite often too, so it could be that as well. We'll have to wait and see, but if you are FlyToMoon right now,
yeah, I love it. It's once again one of those heroes.
Wyvern is really good for them too now. Again, like Wyvern versus Beast team. You have that aura, extra auto attacks, plus the ulti, pretty good. But they go with the Witch Doctor.
I hate that hero.
Why?
I think it's a bad hero.
Really?
Doesn't do enough. And against
it's a good laner. That's what it is at least.
It's true. It's just we'll see. We'll see.
You have the Cask versus the Boars, I guess. So
but that's just not a way.
Right.
Beastmaster doesn't play with those in the laning phase like he used to.
Yeah.
And in addition, Mirana, CM both have interrupts for your ultimate. Witch Doctor hates playing against Mirana.
Mirana plus Beastmaster on this lane.
Oh,
if an arrow connects, you're just dead.
Love that pick from Gambit. It's just such a dream Ember game. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what GPK can do on this Ember Spirit. Again, he has been hyped up so much to me. And I gotta see more than his quap before I say that, hey, this guy's the truth.
Ember is very similar, so in a way that he has a very active playstyle, and I guess he's that kind of a midder, He's not your late game carry midder that's going for some, let's say, he's not a Matumba man, he's more a Sumail, that's what I mean.
Can I also just say, shout out to Moon Meander, congrats on the engagement, but we had a conversation the other day because I was congratulating him and saying like,
congrats, Moon.
Yeah, we had a conversation and caught up a bit, and we were both laughing because back before TI8, like shortly after I got kicked from Complexity, we were discussing making a team together, and we couldn't decide on like mid players. We were like, oh, there's no good mid players. And we actually could have probably got Thompson, but we both thought he was bad. And we're just laughing at each other like, man, we're really not the greatest talent evaluators, are we?
Dude, if you knew me, you should have just asked, because that guy crushed my face in Europe scene back then, when he still wasn't known, when he was playing with SFT, with Illidan and those boys. He crushed me so many times. Dude, we were playing scrims versus good teams. Like, I believe we scrimmed OG and we won versus them. We were boot camping for a month, and in that month we didn't win versus Dobson once. We lost like 7 games in a row, and then lost all the officials versus him as well. And he was playing like Pugna Invoker, stuff like that. We were wondering like, what are we doing wrong? Because this is like a normal tier 3 team, like tier 2, tier 3, like we were at the moment. We're winning some scrims versus like legit teams versus big organizations, but we can't win versus this team ever. And then bam, OG picks him up, and they just also we were bad, but yeah, I'm gonna blame it on Thompson. It's Thompson's fault that we were losing. That's 100% the thing. So next time you need some help when it comes to these upcoming players, you can ask your boy.
Oh, dude. I was going to say Gambit, they're ready.
By the way, this silencer is mid. It's versus the Ember. It's pick versus the Ember, but because of that, they picked the sniper. They're going to put the sniper versus silencer mid and Ember on the side lane. It's Dream. You see GPK is being the sniper. Yeah.
Really well done. Yeah, I think that's the perfect pick. You now counter the mid laner. It's excellent synergy. You've got all this. You've got so much catch in front of you that Sniper has this free game. And it just once again looks like an outdraft for Gambit.
Yeah, and the Ember isn't really that strong versus the Night Stalker on the laning stage. We'll see just how well Flow is going to be able to do there with, let's say, I believe Slayer. So Rubik plus.
Yeah, but you just push the lane. That's all. You just push the lane out. You get the Archer CS every time with the CM Nova. Later on, Ember gets 2 points. Flame
No, I'm
guard,
saying Ember should be fine there.
Oh, okay,
that's what I mean. I don't think they can really dominate that lane as much, and once he gets that level 6, if he starts rotating across the map, suddenly that silencer is in problems. I've seen this so many times in which, like, when silencer in CIS, they picked him a lot on mid. I believe they're the ones that started doing this versus the Ember just before TI qualifiers. They started playing silencer mid versus Ember. They would crush Ember. They would crush many heroes with silencer. You would go for Blink, Atos. The game is like very difficult for you. However, what's the most easiest solution for you? Just put the Ember on the side lane, dominate the silencer, and suddenly he feels like a support.
And Ember, you're in trouble if you're crushed, but if you can just get to a point where you have like a Yules or a BKB, you don't really care about silencer anymore. You can play incredibly aggressive. If you ever do catch the global, you just pop yourself up in the air.
This is the thing as well. If you're Ember, realistically, once you get that level 6, you're already useful, as long as it's not super late, because you're going to be dishing out a lot of damage, especially with that level 7. At the same time, if you're a silencer, man, and your game goes wrong early on, a core silencer, that is, you're just done. There's nothing you can do on the map. Like, you're just free food, and you're a core, and that's such a bad position to be in. And yeah, he's going mid. He's going to be playing versus that
Look at the
GPK.
build on the sniper.
Oh yeah, the raid band spam, right?
Just 4 slippers. Is this common?
Yeah, it's very common at the moment. Just go for the raid bands on sniper, 4 raid bands or 2, and you're good. We'll see if he makes all of these into raid bands, but it is very common. Same goes for silencer. A couple of null talismans, like 2 or 3 even. It's not bad. Just so much damage that you can dish out with that, and then the blink Atos. You get tanky, you have catch. It's good in this game as well, that build, but the problem is, will he able to get to that build considering he's playing versus a sniper on mid? Most likely not. Without help, most likely not. At the same time, we have these 2 heroes that aren't really mobile on both sides. On one side, you have Silencer, who's just going to sit there and hit stuff, you know. On the other, you have Sniper. And on both sides, we have ways of getting on top of them. On one side, you have the Night Stalker to get on top of the Sniper. On the other, you have the Ember to do the similar thing to the Silencer.
Oh, arrow. Oh, that's going to be first blood. They get the rune as well. No, it's not a first blood, but...
Very unlikely because of the Fade Bolt, right? Let's see.
Oh, no, that's a kill. One more chains in a sec, yeah.
He's gone. Yeah, a lot of damage there.
Nice play. It's the second time Gambit's had a creative way of gaining a first blood that I've seen in this tournament. They even give him a tip just to rub salt in the wound.
You have to.
And I like this. They're going to start in a tri-lane. This is something that, for some reason, we hadn't seen thus far in the game. But, well, they did it. Gambit has done it, where you just put a 3-on-2 situation, especially with a hero like Mirana and CM. Like, you just land these stun combos, and you're going to find kills.
It's great when you have combos with Mirana, right? But sometimes when you don't have any combos, the tri-lane just suffers and your game is done. Let's look at this situation. Yeah, Slayer will die here, most likely. Let's see, yeah, he's done. But at the same time, it did create enough space for Night Stalker to go and creep skip, you know? So you're tri-laning, but you aren't effectively shutting down that Night Stalker, which makes your tri-lane not as effective.
That's a good point.
Odds, FlyToMoon, again, not really trusted by many of our bettors.
Not surprised after the dominating performance from Gambit. They just seem like they're just more experienced, right? And that's a huge thing when you're this early in the season. They just have more
Slayer.
More game knowledge.
He's just gone once again.
No TP now. He died so soon.
It's about the captains as well. Like you talked about it at the beginning of today's stream, how important it is to have a good, solid captain. And I'm not saying that Sioma, the Slayer, and Always Wanna Fly can't carry that weight, but FNG has definitely proven himself on a bigger scene. Shot low, or shot slow.
Oh, nice jukes. Will it be enough? Oh, they didn't get the bounce. Otherwise, that would have certainly been a kill.
I think
Maybe it still is.
Yeah, he is. Like that, Melodic level 1. What a weird spell when it comes to changes to it. Like, gets nerfed to 50-second cooldown. There. Oh, arrow is there. Good arrow.
Point blank to the face.
I loved it.
GPK. You see how he positioned himself for a couple of those attacks on the stairs to ensure that he didn't have the low ground mischance? Really cool.
I just have to like call it out. If you're playing Mirana, you have to be shooting these arrows from behind the hero on mid. If you're trying to shoot it from the river or from your side of the map, guys, it will not work. Every time you're playing Mirana, try to get behind, next to their shrine or the hard camp, like this right now. Vampire, easiest arrow, because his camera isn't there, and it's very difficult to dodge.
And now there's no teleport active.
Like that's a walk of shame now to the mid lane, and we're gonna have that little support silencer coming from that mid lane after this start.
Just listen to Lizard, guys. Hit it from behind.
Yeah, just go from behind and hit it, guys, and then give them the tip.
GPK gonna clean up CS in this mid lane. 18-11, the top CS onto the gyrocopter, but of course he is playing in a very strong lane combination down bottom. Dream now getting aggressive. That level 2 flame guard just not going down. You cannot take it off as these level 2 heroes. That's going to be a kill for sure.
He
and
was
just
hoping,
utter domination.
He was hoping for the kill of the creeps, but
yeah.
Luckily for the enemy team that did not happen, and those little 2 wildkins don't really have the firepower to do it. And now Vampire has had a really successful game. That last game,
get another kill here.
Most likely. The chains and Crystal Maiden should be enough for the arrow to be there. Oh,
whiff.
Outplayed himself.
Just doesn't matter though. It's 3 heroes, and they have 3 stuns.
Shot show just singing a Ru arrow. Anyways, Rubik, I believe why that arrow was like that, because he believed that the stuns won't, the control won't be there, so he'll start running back and the arrow will connect. It was a thought out arrow. It's not like he was planning to miss it like that. So
I like this build from GPK, where he's going for 2 points range, so that you can try and make this TP play from Slayer, but there's no catch, right? There's no actual reach for this sniper until the Night Stalker has some sort of mobility advantage with nighttime. So until then, he can just play incredibly conservatively, and there's no way to get ganked mid. Look at this now, Fear in trouble. He's level 3.
Shisui, my boy, you have been demoted to position. Actually, he might get that Mirana there. Nah, he has a salve at least, so he doesn't have to go walk base.
I didn't realize. Look at this. He's 7-5, dude. He's getting rolled.
I actually, you know what? I like Shisui. I played with him for a little bit. At the same time, you know what? When you counter pick like that and then you get your face shoved into the mud, like I enjoy that. I enjoy seeing people trying to counter pick to be sneaky, you know, and then they just get outplayed.
They're the worst in pubs, though, when you have people that like refuse to play. Like I respect, the Thompsons, the mid ones of the world that just play. They pick their hero to practice it, and they don't care. They want to practice the hard matchup.
Yeah, just first pick it.
If you go to a pro match, what is going to happen to you? You're going to get counterpicked. So why in the hell are you practicing 10th pick Alchemist?
Yeah,
that's not
makes
real.
No sense. Like you're not actually practicing anything.
Yeah.
What are you practicing? It doesn't help you.
It's like a bully at the playground picking on the little kid.
Yeah,
you know?
I used to play a lot of, like, when I was in a team, I used to, that arrow whiffs, FNG is able to run away. I used to play a lot of position 4. Opa, that's a good kill though.
Nice salve too to survive.
Rotates in with the first knight and gets that kill on the silencer, on the sniper, sorry. This is what we talked about. They have these ways of getting on top of the silencer and the sniper. So it doesn't really matter too much how well you do in the lane, but how well you're able to stay alive after the laning stage, because they can come back very easily. Like a few kills and this silencer is back in it.
And we'll see. GBK, level 2 shrapnel now. You can see Witch Doctor trying to get a little sneaky. Always want to fly. Thought about coming in for a rotation, but it's not going to work out. The arrow, as you said. Now the ultimate from the sniper. That's almost certainly a kill, and indeed
Slayer
it is.
As well. Has to be careful.
There's a boar chasing too. I think this might be an extra kill if they can get one attack in with the slow.
He is on the high ground though.
He's going to have to shrine.
Yeah, he's fine because of the shrine, but he is forced to use it, so that's a small victory.
And the thing is, though, this is my concern with the FTM lineup, is that you don't have a hero to match Ember's tempo. Dream is having a free game. He's going to have phase, bottle. He's going to have tons of levels.
Shouldn't be NS though, right?
But look at the net worth.
Yeah,
it's a huge difference in the sense that this Ember Spirit will be the strongest hero on map, and he's the one that's going to be able to find kills. So you won't be able to kill him. There's no real damage or lockdown to get through Flame Guard, and it's going to be some serious trouble. You see that arrow? He rocketed the creep, before that gank started because he knew it would switch over. That was a really cool play. I'm surprised I hadn't seen that more often.
Pretty good, pretty good.
But yeah, so there's just nothing to match the Ember's tempo. Wherever he goes, he'll find kills, and he'll ensure that FlyToMoon effectively just have to run away.
Yeah, he just has to be careful about the global silence once it's online, but that's it. But I'm not even certain if Silencer, once he's level 6, is going to pick that up, because usually if you're playing that core, you don't get it that early on. But we'll see. Night Stalker is gone. And Dream is on a killing spree. Speaking of that Ember Spirit, man, he's having a really good game right now.
It's just going to be rinse repeat, right? You've got he can always be on map thanks to the CM aura. You've got a Mirana as well to combo off of your chains. And there's just so many juicy targets. Another concern with the FlyToMoon lineup. Look how squishy those last 3 heroes selected in their draft were. Rubik, Silencer, Witch Doctor. These are not tanky cores, and if OG and TI taught me anything, it's that beef is the name of the game. You want tanky, durable heroes so that you can actually face some of this damage.
Definitely,
without it, it's tough.
Definitely when you're playing versus an Ember that just wants to slice into your meat, right? So it's going to be very difficult for these guys to stay alive once, let's say, Global is used or a Lift. Then again, at least the silver lining is the fact that Beastmaster is suffering quite a lot as well. He isn't really having a good game. If you check the net worth, he's the same like Night Stalker. And arguably, maybe Night Stalker does more. Crystal Maiden will fall here as Slayer gets that Haste Rune, works with Shisui and the Rubik to take him down. And now just waltzes away.
No Shaklo.
Though.
And he is not having a great game. If anyone's suffering, it is this Beastmaster.
I mean, they're diving him under the shrine, but look at this. A lonely Silencer is here, but can he live? No, he can't. Flow does rotate in, but Crystal Maiden is hidden well behind the trees, and Always Wanna Fly should survive here as well. Oh, he does. Yeah, he TPs away. Yeah, Silencer just, man, in no man's land there, just falls.
It's a curious game. And what do you think about the Sniper Midas? I like it just thanks to the cooldown reduction talent at 10, right?
Awesome.
It's so value.
Yeah, I do see some players not go for it and still do fairly well, but more often, if they're not going for Midas, something went terribly wrong for them. And I believe this Midas is really good. Like, the talent is ridiculous. Is it 20 or 25%? I always forget the Silencer. It doesn't matter. It's a ridiculous amount of reduction to not go for a Midas. I've seen some players even go for Necros, right? Like, you can just farm like Arc Warden. Midas is definitely better.
Oh, he threw him forwards. No! Oh, Dream. He would probably tip Slayer if he had the opportunity to do so.
I mean,
most unfortunate.
I don't know why he did that.
Nobody knows.
Well, Dream also has a lot of sticks to work with, so he's not really in any sort of a danger. He's going to rebottle there on the bounty rune too. Arrow does connect, but Always Wanna Fly is there, and they can't really. Yeah.
The rune. Oh, they do get it. Wow. And Shaklo did have Roar, but I don't think they wanted to get too aggressive there. They see that Gyro has the raindrop, has the stick, a formidable target.
I don't know.
Oh, hey, it's Dream. What is he doing? Find and kill. Does this remind you of Thompson? He's in some trouble, however, but he will find Slayer. Will he be able to escape is the question. The answer is no. He is certainly dead, but that
reminds you of Thompson.
Yeah, but it's fine because you get the kill and 4 heroes now. They had to rotate over and look, oh, hey guys, let's push bottom. Catapult Wave active, Shaklo's a Beastmaster, and that's going to be a tier 1. This is all because of the space created by that Ember Spirit. I love that play. And yes, you died, but you're at the enemy tier 2. You can't counter push. By the time you make the tier 1, it's far too late. Check out those odds. Gambit.
Oh, it's still not really popping off to 8 like they did in the last game, but yeah, definitely for Gambit. FNG just scouting, warding, moving back. Let's see if Vampire can do anything here. They will try to defend this tower, like Shaklo is trying to push it in, but Flow and Slayer have rotated. Little do they know though, there's a lot of heroes around. Rubik will fall first, Amber has rotated in, and now Flow has to fly away like a scared little bird, which he does. But it's a problem, they're investing a lot of heroes to trying to defend this tier 1. They aren't doing it, they're losing their position 4, and at the same time, the top tier 1 on the top lane isn't really pushed very well. GPK? Oh, he's dead.
He's so dead.
He's so dead.
Well, he is dead.
Yeah.
They do get a counter kill as well, of course, but Again, this is Shacklow still continuing to pressure. Bottom lane, Ember Spirit now moving towards looking to pincer this mid tower. If he can just get on top of the silencer, it's almost certainly going to be a kill.
I'm surprised no one defended that tier 1 on top.
Yeah,
considering how fast they took the tier 1 on the bottom lane, I believe they could have shoved Arc Dota away. But instead they go for the Rubik on the bottom lane, and Slayer should fall here. Roar is there.
That's
Slayer
easy
is
kill.
done.
Catapult is still alive as well. This will be some heavy damage onto the tier 2. Gyro does TP down. Dream looking to cover. Does he have remnants? He's going to remnant away. Move left. No, we actually jukes it. Well played.
Always Wanna Fly has rotated back down to D ward and just create this perimeter in which Arc Dota will be safe to farm, as he has rotated bottom, which is a little bit problematic. Remember that game that we saw with Gyro earlier, not the last one that he lost, but one before. The team would play around him in the enemy jungle, so he's able to farm his triangle plus the enemy jungle plus the lane, which he's shoving all the time.
Yeah.
When you're forced to play on your safe lane as Gyrocopter, it doesn't feel great, because they can always smoke in, kill you off, like Dream is killing off Always Wanna Fly right now.
It's just so easy. This is what I mean. You get this advantage on a hero that can make plays, and suddenly he's taking over the map. It makes it so much simpler for a hero like Sniper to play Dota, because, yeah, sure, you're still going to be threatened, but you've got an Ember problem that you're trying to deal with. And if you look at these net worths, it's all Gambit right now.
Yeah. It's just so much easier to play the game if you're on the offense. That's pretty much what it is. It doesn't matter like what heroes you have. If you're a silencer, you can farm freely because you understand that your teammates are killing them all the time.
Look at this.
Yeah, like
it's just so easy, and it's just the Ember Spirit, man.
Yeah, and that's your mid silencer. That's not your support silencer. That's your midder that just fell to rotation of an Ember Spirit, and he fell so easily. They couldn't counter it. They couldn't get anything off of that. The only thing that's happening is Night Stalker is farming top, and that's it.
It's just such a cool way to split up your cores too, right? You've got Beastmaster, provides vision and tower pressure. Ember Spirit, he's your killer. And then Sniper, just casually farming the jungle with the Midas. No threat, no pressure whatsoever.
Yeah, Flow has rotated towards that mid lane, but instantly it's an arrow. That shouldn't really fall here as they back off. Gambit is satisfied with what's up. They know the nighttime is coming soon as well.
It's just so hard to play heroes like Silencer Night Stalker from behind. You don't have a method of pushing creep waves quickly, and you just kind of have to sit around and last hit stuff to catch up or find kills. But how do you do that against this Gambit lineup? You wait for nighttime, sure, but you're going to need to use it.
Man, you know what as well? You hit the nail on the head with that. You're waiting for that nighttime, but at the same time, this Night Stalker, the Midas build, was a thing in 2014. I don't think like it's the thing in 2019, maybe 5 years ago. You know?
People were still on MySpace. It's been a while.
Things
have changed.
Back when I had a band page on MySpace, Midas was a thing on Night Stalker. I don't know if it is right now.
When they pop the darkness, you're going to have 5 minutes of uninterrupted nighttime, but will it be enough? Arc's going to pop the ultimate. They're trying to contest this rune. Oh, they don't get the roar off in time. Now the silence is going to be able to prevent it. Shocklow should go down. Does not pick up the rune, or does he? Oh, he hits the roar. He survives for a moment. Flow goes down to the Night Stalker, or the Sniper headshot. Now you have a lot of trouble in the Ember Spirit. He's going to be finished off. That was a huge maledict. However, an arrow landed onto the Gyrocopter, so it turns out to be a 2 for 2. But that was all spells used by FlyToMoon. They were the ones getting offensive there. And alas.
Yeah, they got something. At least they got the Ember and the Beastmaster, partly because of that global silence that did connect at the right time. But as you just said, the global silence has been used. The nighttime has been used. What's going to happen when you fight the next time? You won't have these big ultimates, these big spells that you definitely need to fight with. If you're Gambit, I believe you just push right now. You just go and take objectives or smoke up, take some fight. It doesn't matter that it's nighttime when you understand that they have no global and no spells to work with. We'll see. And Silencer also did not go for that recovery Midas. I'd much rather see Shisui go for a recovery Midas than Night Stalker. I'd much rather see Flow create space for the Silencer so that he can recover and be strong later on than for Shisui to do that. You know, like, there are these things to be considered too. However, at the same time, Shisui getting that Atos will give them extra catch versus the Ember, versus the Mirana as well, versus anyone pretty much, which is quite alright. Mirana actually with that plate mail instantly going into the Lotus Orb, I believe.
Yeah. You just want to have some more methods of cleansing the silence. It also then frees up your cores to itemize greedily, so that and they're not completely reliant on their own itemization. It's just a way, you know, if you think about it, if a core can spend his gold on damage and the Mirana then creates that defensive tool, it's just a more efficient way of utilizing resources acquired by your team. It's just good Dota.
Such a good item in this game versus the Rocket, versus Cask, versus Silence, obviously, from the Silencer.
Now Shacklo now with the Vlad's up. Max Aura provides a ton of plus damage and DPS to his team. It's like, look at this advantage. 8,000 gold 17 minutes in. It doesn't feel like it's been that dominating from Gambit, but it's just the way they're able to crush resources around the map. Like, they just have more map control. They're farming more efficiently. They can clear waves faster, and they have the sniper with that accelerated Midas.
Yeah, that's why he's 10k net worth right now.
Yeah.
On top of it, not really bothered too much by anyone on this map. Like, we called it out that they have this Night Stalker who's able to get on top of the sniper, but to do that, you need some map control. You need to be playing a little bit more aggressively with your team, but so far they haven't managed to do so. And look at this, it looks like Gambit are the ones that are going to attack them from behind. FNG does not manage to get that frostbite there. This Night Stalker would be so dead if they managed to catch him, but they didn't. And now it's the turnaround. Mirana does pop that ulti, but the dust is popped as well. Gyro uses ulti and Shockblow. He's in no man's land. He just dies there. Afterwards, they will try to catch some more, but the closest one is the Sniper and the Ember, but those kills aren't really happening. Arrow does connect.
Well, it's going to be a fight brewing, but look at the damage taken by the Night Stalker. Just with the poke damage. Oh, Dream a little bit late, but finishes him off anyway.
He's there. He has that Arcane Rune to work with as well, so he isn't really...
He's going to keep going. Silencer's in so much trouble.
As global. That's the problem.
Look at the long-range ability spam, dude. What is even happening? Maledict comes out on the Ember Spirit. Dream will have to back away, but he doesn't care. He's got that Flame Guard up and running. He won't be taking any Maledict damage whatsoever. 9k gold lead, 2 kills picked up by Gambit. And it's just so simple for them. Sniper's already back, farming the jungle. So
simple for Gambit and so sad for Shisui to die the way he did. He wasn't truly completely out of position, right? It's just the mobility and the range that Gambit
The LRC,
possesses.
baby, the long-range cannons, the orbital bombardments of this dire draft.
Also,
it's just impossible to play against.
Also, the long-range control, LRC as well. You have this arrow, you have the chains. It's pretty good. The slow from the sniper as well comes in handy, definitely. Arc Dota is getting towards that BKB, so that will help him, but they do have ways to deal with the BKB too. You have that roar. And I don't know, Gambit right now looks to be definitely in control. I do believe that there is a moment in this game in which FlyToMoon's lineup does become strong. You have, like, let's say a Medallion on Night Stalker plus Atos on Silencer plus BKB on Gyro. You send the Gyro in first and then you go, oh my god, those odds. Never mind, guys. Never mind. I guess GG.Bet does not believe in what I'm saying whatsoever. I can't blame it though. Like, the game is definitely rough for FlyToMoon. And considering how that first game panned out, it looks like Gambit is just a stronger team right now. They don't want to roar for always on a fly. They're just going to play with his food, with their food. You know how a cat plays with a hamster, like, or a rat, just you know, like, hits it a bit, doesn't want to kill it, just plays with it. That's how this game feels for Gambit.
Dream? He's going to just... He doesn't need to Dream. Oh, he's going to get silenced. Does he have a Yols, though? He does.
He does.
I was going to say, guys, you're not... I don't think you're going to kill him here. They're going to try.
He's still fighting them, man. He's not even
His
trying to...
His team's coming.
Yeah,
There's
he's not
a
trying
CM
to run
here
away.
now.
Shisui? Dream in that thing? Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus.
This is just...
This is brutal. This is clinical from Gambit. They're playing so well around the map.
They're just playing with their food at the moment.
Yeah,
they're playing so well.
It's so easy for them, though. That's the thing. Like, I don't want to take anything away from them, but their draft just... when you think about it, there was an Ember free farming versus a Gyro free farming. Gyro's buying an Axe. Ember Spirit, he's going drums, phase, and he is Divide. And that's exactly
he's
what's
full
occurred
Divide,
here.
man. Yeah, like... but I can't understand this option of the Night Stalker. You know what? Like this is also my opinion. My opinion is that always WannaFly is going to die here.
Wow.
Let's see.
What a prediction.
My first prediction was right. My second opinion, though, is that if you're itemizing in a way, it doesn't only have to like be the proper itemization for that game versus the enemies. It also has to complement your teammates and how they're playing, right? And in this particular game, if your silencer is having such a shit game on that mid lane, he's stomped. If he's not going for recovery by this, why are you doing it? You know, like on offlane. This silencer, like he's just dying. He has items to fight, but he can't fight anyone because his offlaner doesn't want to fight. He went for a Midas. You have to communicate with your teammates, or if you're not communicating, if you don't understand the same language, if one is Russian, one is English, at least click on him. You know, see what he's about to do and adapt to that.
It's not about you, right? It's about what helps my team the most. And
exactly.
In theory, maybe you want that Midas on Night Stalker. You're recognizing, hey, I can't push creeps. I need something to help me accelerate. But
which is a good point. But then again,
it just doesn't complement the team, and they're just too squishy, man. They're too squishy. They don't have enough stuns, and always want to fly is once again going to die as Dream continuously moving forwards. Will get lifted. Might catch this rocket too. Has Yule's active, of course, and honestly, he might just continue.
He's going
and he does.
for it. He goes for it. Does not get anything, but
they do kill Vampire, however, with the Maledict. So a 1-for-1.
1-for-1 and the tower that has fallen. But then again, 1-for-1 is the best that you can get if you FlyToMoon right now.
27-13, 15k gold lead is now Gambit. Play this area of the map. Top Shrine of Radiant is where you want to control as Dire.
There's a smoke.
Find a kill.
There's a global as well. They can get Dream. Global.
He has a Force Staff. Wow.
It's so good.
It is necessary, as you said, right, against that Night Stalker. You don't want to yield yourself up and catch
look at this.
silence underneath. And
this is just ugly, the way they're falling, as these guys aren't even close to them.
Yeah.
The axes, the stuns. She's
Everyone's just dead. They're just dead.
They're just that, man. Yeah.
That's
they're
it.
just gone as well. They're done. That's what they are.
You aren't even able to like cast spells. Gambit's just spamming their abilities and giggling about it. Quick 2-0.
I don't know. This game was a disaster for FlyToMoon, man.
Yeah.
It's definitely their itemization, but also the draft. FNG just out-drafted them 2 games in a row. Not only out-strategized, but let's be real. The second game, their draft is playable. The first game, I believe, their draft was just miserable. They couldn't even play it. That was my biggest issue of the first game. In the second game, they could have played and itemized maybe a little bit better. They tried to take that silencer to counter the Ember on the mid lane, got cut by the Sniper mid and Ember on the side lane, and that's it, pretty much. Out-strategized, like you just said, and outplayed by FNG.
Yep, they're just ahead of them in both regards. Tactically, much more sound around the map. Strategically, it felt like they just had more tools to work with. It is so much simpler to play good Dota, and Gambit just playing with a higher quality. They looked like a tier 1 team. Like if you're going to compare it to football, right? They're like the professionals, versus a bunch of U18s. It's just not enough. GPK also great performance, I'd say.
Yeah, both of these games.
Debut, from my perspective at least, on this international stage. That will conclude Group A and our broadcast for the evening. Of course, Gambit will move on into the playoff stage. Tomorrow, we're going to have Group B coming up. We'll probably roll that schedule in just a moment. I believe we'll have as well more new faces, right? We've got these squads like Old But Gold, Positive Kids.
Positive Kids,
yeah. Singularity in that group as well. Positive Guys.
Positive Guys. Singularity as well has...
Windstrike. It'll be interesting for sure. I think that you've got to assume... Who is your favorite in that? Windstrike? I don't even know. I don't know who's my teams.
Like, Windstrike is going to be definitely interesting, as we have Iceberg in it, we have Lil in it as well, so some pretty spicy Dota from them, definitely. Yeah. Then again, Singularity, I'm hyped to see what they can do, as they're completely like EU stack that has like Excalibur, the Saberlight that left Hippomaniacs, DNZ from Croatia, my neighbors. It's going to be definitely a fun little
you know what else is fun? Placing your bets at GG.Bet.com, ensuring it with the code SAVE, no queues, no business hours, and no rejections.
Betting is fun.
Place your bet fast and easy.
Giving out your cash,
that's
guys.
Of course, for tomorrow's games. I've been Kyle. That's been Lizard. We hope you enjoy the Maincast presentation of the GG.Bet Hamburg Invitational. Tomorrow we'll have more Dota 2 action coming your way. In fact, stick with us for the next 4 days as we have non-stop Dota. Except, of course, for the need to sleep. Thus, this broadcast will be ending. We hope you enjoyed the first day of Comp Dota since TI9, and we'll see you tomorrow, folks. Have a good one.